Transfer to light rail link is local link 69, 70, and 73.
Salakia for the noise. It's just after I read the last scripture, I said I gotta hit the record button. I can't wait. So call knowing how about some Shabbat Shemakakudas. Double honor to the elders and the apostles, great millstone for pushing this truth. Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh Shai, Duwadi Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, for your word, and for the fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So it reads, Israeli police, Israeli. The way in the scriptures, it says the Israeli police killed Palestinian man near who cares? In Yerushalayim. Alright, that's what we know. You're saying Yerushalayim, so-called land of the Israelites. Wait a minute, let's get the scripture. Hold on, let's see this. A 26-year-old Muhammad Khalid, no DJ, Al-Osabi, was killed on April 1st. Alright, this is April 2nd. Let's get some scriptures. Book of Isaiah chapter 2, verse 1. The word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Yerushalayim. So Isaiah is the prophet. He had a son named Amos, which also the Lord ordained.
Transfer to local link 69, 70, 73, and 75.
Which also the Lord ordained to be a prophet. Verse 2. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains. Alright, so the mountains are the nations. The mountains of the Lord's house is the 12 tribes of Israel. Alright. The Lord's house should be established in the top of the mountains. That means on top of the other nations, we should be exalted high above the other nations. And shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow to it. And many people say, okay, you got mosque over there now in the land of Israel, but that's out of that's out of gang turf war and peace treaties. See how they walking around out there? Israeli cop shot dead Palestinian man at entrance to Al-Aqsa mosque. Right, some false temple, some unknown, unbelievable deity created by man. Alright, some mosque. Now, verse 3. So yeah, all nations are not flowing to the land of to the Israelis land. Alright. Verse 3. And many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law. All right, that can't be true, because out of Zion they're doing LGBTOPP parades. Right, for out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Alright, so the Israelis have not fulfilled this prophecy, and the Israelites have not fulfilled this prophecy. Alright, so in verse 3 it says the word of the Lord shall go out of Jerusalem March for Pride and Tolerance. Where do we do that at? That sounds like something the black woman does. Oh yeah, in her homosexual friends. Proud paraders are held for years all over the world in order to mark the equal rights of homo lesbian community. From the 90th
Monroe Street and Wicomico Street.
since 2002. See, the word of the Lord has not been going out from these people. Man. Isaiah chapter 2 and 3. And many people shall go and say, come ye and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob. Ain't that who these people are claiming to be? And he will teach us his ways. Whoa, since 2002, huh? And that's not the ways of the Lord. And he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. No, you won't. Not since 2002 specifically. For out of Zion shall go forth the law. No, it has not. Since 2002 specifically. And the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. No. I request to stop because you're lying to me.
Monroe Street and Washington Boulevard.
Here we go. Cops shot after he tried to prevent harassment of a woman. Al-Osabi tried to take a gun from an officer and fired at Israeli police. The incident has raised fears of further violence. Lord willing, that happens soon. Fearing violence, Israeli police have boosted their forces in the area. So they have forces. We don't have forces. We just got a bunch of loose niggas and bitches. The book of Micah, chapter 4, verse 1. But in the last days it shall come to pass that in the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow into it. All right, the land of the Israelis and the Israelis are not exalted above anybody. They're just told, be nice to them, be mean to them. Don't stop doing that. Don't do that anymore.
Eagle Street and Payson Street.
That's what the eagles tell the worm in the other nations. The worm is the 12 tribes of Israel. In the other nations, the other birds of the field is trying to eat the worm of the Lord. The 12 tribes of Israel. Verse 2, and many nations shall come and say, come and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord and to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For the law shall go forth of Zion, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. No rabbis doing it, none of them. All right? And he shall judge among many people and rebuke strong nations afar off, and they shall bear their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not rise, great nation shall not lift up a sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. But they shall sit every man under his vine and under his fig tree, and none shall make them afraid, for the mouth of the Lord of hosts has spoken it. See, these are not the people of the Bible. For all people walk, everyone in the name of his God, going to their fake temples and their mosque, and we will walk in the name of the Lord our God forever and ever. This is the name of Yahweh. And that day said the Lord, I will assemble her that halteth, and I will gather her that is driven out, and her that I have afflicted. Alright. To those that pause, halted for the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, those that were driven out, the 12 tribes scattered abroad, as it is written in the book of James, chapter 1, verse 1. And it's written in the book of Baruch, chapter 2, verse 38, I believe. For behold, we are this day yet not captivity. No, it's the book of Baruch, chapter 2, verse 30. This is how the other goddamn car. 5 in the goddamn 6 in the morning. Anyway, all this shit is about to stop, yo. Y'all whores with your little midnight creeps, sneaky links. Y'all about to get raped by over 1,000 men. Easy. Some of you over 10,000 men. If you're so cute. If you fine, if you real fine, yeah. Easily 10 men a day are gonna rape you. Easily. Multiply that by 100. Multiply that by 3 months. Whew. It's gonna be a rough 3 months for some of you women. Anyway. Yeah. So, Micah chapter 4 and 7, and I will make her that halted a remnant, and her that was cast far off a strong nation. Right? And this will be a strong nation because the nation is fathered by, the nation is begat by the men. All right? And birthed by the women. It could be a woman in any nation. Don't gotta be no so-called Israelite woman, no black woman. We don't need y'all for the nation, for our people to still survive. Right? And thou, O tower of the flock, her that was cast off a strong nation, and the Lord shall reign over them in Mount Zion from henceforth even forever. So if the Lord is reigning over the so-called Jewish people, they wouldn't be having these gay-ass parades since 2002. It's a goddamn 20-year anniversary. Verse 9, now why dost thou cry aloud? Is there no king in thee? Yeah, there is, Yahushua. Is thy counselor perished? No, we still have the prophets. For pangs have taken thee as a woman in travail. All right, you're mentally and spiritually skydiving. All right, you're mentally and spiritually skydiving.
Pulaski Street and Holland Street.
Even though these scriptures are an anchor. Right? Now, why dost thou cry out aloud? Is there no king in thee? Is thy counselor perished? For pangs have taken thee as a woman in travail. Be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail.
Pulaski Street and Fayette Street.
For now shalt thou go forth out of the city, and thou shalt dwell in the field. All right. So we were cast out of our homeland. All right. And we dwelt in the field as a slave. And thou shalt go even to Babylon. And that's where we are to this very day. There shalt thou be delivered. There, well, not all of us in Babylon, but
Pulaski Street and Saratoga Street.
Babylon the Great is where the all 12 tribes are collectively gathered today, unknowingly for the most part. And thou shalt go even to Babylon, and there shalt thou be delivered. There the Lord shall redeem thee from the hand of thy enemies. Alright, so this is proof that who the true Israelites are. You know, the ones that saying they are, but
Pulaski Street and Mulberry Street.
The please don't be anti-Semitic people are saying that, you know, it can't be true. So be in pain and bring labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail. Now thou shalt go forth out of the city, and thou shalt dwell in the field, and thou shalt go even to Babylon. There shall thou be delivered. We haven't been delivered from Babylon. There the Lord shall redeem thee. We haven't been redeemed. All right? From the hand of thine enemies. We're still in the hand of our enemies. Now also many nations are gathered against thee that say, let her be defiled, and let our eye look upon Zion. See, that's why these nations don't care about what we're going through, because they're all gathered against us. None of these nations. Matter of fact, I got into it the other day. I'm in the store, corner store at Cherry Hill, praying Preciosa. Preciosa. It landed when it played when we landed out of Puerto Rico, so I like that song. I want Mark Anthony to sing. I want him to stand on the cloud and in kingdom of heaven when nobody can see. I'll be on the cloud, he'll be on the cloud. I'll pretend it's me singing, and then it really be him. And then I'll come down, and they will let everybody know it was really him. It'll be like a big surprise. I was thinking about that. Anyway, Micah chapter 4, verse 11. Now also many nations that are gathered against thee that say, let her be defiled, and let our eye look upon Zion. So I'm in the corner store playing Preciosa at home.
Stop requested.
Them four niggas like, turn it down, I can't hear you now. One nigga, he looks Spanish. I ain't know if he was us or what. Back door. And then he was like, turn it down. So I was like, what? You don't like Preciosa? You know what I'm saying? Like, who talking to like that, boy? And then the dude behind the counter who tried to fake play cool and all that, So I fake played cool with him. He was like, yo, buddy, turn it down, bud. My brother, turn it down. Like, yeah, I got you. I was like, he don't like Preciosa? Then he was like, no, it's too loud. He said, why don't you play some black music? I said, what the fuck is black music, man? I said, we don't speak black. Where's the country of black? What language is black? I said, this is Spanish. Spanish has a language. I said, language comes from your father. I said, what is black? I said, we speak cracker. He said, no, black music, play black. I said, no, there's no black music. I said, what is black? I said, black, what language is black? So all the niggas in the store started laughing and shit. I said, what language is black? I said, we speak cracker. I said, I want to hear that. I want to hear this. I want to hear Preciosa. But long story short, I got into it with him because I was like, yo. Then I started like, yo, you trying to play me because you know where I'm going with this. You see me going, you see me saying our father language. You see me say you speak your father language. Spanish people speak the Spaniards language. I said, we speak black. I said, we don't speak our father's language. So he just kept trying to curb it. They know who we are. All right, they're teamed up against us. All right, I'm about to transfer and Salakia for the bus route call outs, but I'm about to transfer.